Give them a lot of credit. Played very well today. I actually want to thank everybody for in the Advocare Texas Kickoff Classic inviting us to play in this game. It was a great experience for our guys. It's really neat to play in this big of a game, first game of the season, and to really see where you're at as a football team. I give Oklahoma State a lot of credit, though. Their guys, they found a way, dealt with some adversity early on, found a way to keep fighting, found a way to score some points, win the game. There's a lot of positives for us to take out of this game. I'm happy with how our guys played. We made a lot of first game mistakes that you see. I don't know about them, but I know with us, we did make a lot of the first game mistakes that come early in the season. And what happens when you're in these big games, the margin for error is very, very small, and those mistakes can come back and hurt you. We had some great opportunities, especially in that first half, score some more points. Didn't take advantage of it. Had some silly penalties, had some missed assignments, and all fixable issues, things that we can get corrected. But I think our guys overall played very hard. I know the big talk always coming in that tempo is going to be such a huge issue. I don't think tempo was an issue for our guys at all during the day. Thought they played. I thought they handled all of that stuff on the defensive side of the ball very, very well. And and offensively, we got a lot of corrections we can make. We can do a better job as coaches. I can do a better job making sure we're getting us in the right situations, making adjustments faster and better. And and we can do some other things to get this cleaned up for next week. Really overall excited about our team and the type of season that we can have when you look at this game. We said, coming in here, sometimes this first game can be a benchmark. It doesn't define your season in any way, shape, or form. But it can be a benchmark against a team that's supposed to win their conference championship. Where are we at? And our guys can really learn from that, see where we are in a team that, in the little things we have to do to fix, so that we can become a team that contends for the conference championship this year.
Dan, the offensive struggles today. What was the central problem? Was the offensive line that you pushed around a little bit too much?
Well, no, I think we did a great job early in the game. We were up and down the field early, and we just didn't capitalize on things and started making some mistakes. Then we had some missed assignments here and there. And, when you get missed assignments and drive killers, especially against really good football teams like they are, they're gonna jump out pretty big on you right there. So but those are when you have those type of issues. They were crowding the line of scrimmage a lot. Probably should have taken more. I should have done a better job taking shots down the field to them. We were trying to protect and slowly break in the wide receivers who, now all those guys have a game under their belt as they move forward, and they're going to be able to watch themselves play a live game and see what the things they can improve on them.
And you've said for months that the most important part of your season will be how you react to your first loss.
Mm-hmm.
What do you and your staff do the next couple of days to kind of regroup and get that cleaned up and take care of?
Well, that's all part of it right now. Like we told our guys, the chance of us going undefeated this year we're pretty slim. I think the chance for most teams to go undefeated are pretty slim. It's how you react to that, how you learn from mistakes and things you can do to correct it. For us, every goal that we have is still pretty much in place, to go have a chance to compete for an SEC championship. There's a lot of things we need to correct in that. A lot of corrections to make. When you get in big games, this is going to be very similar to a conference game for us. And with a lot of players now, they get to see it on film. They get to see the margin, how small that margin for error is. When you have opportunities, we have to take advantage of it. We got to call plays to take advantage of it. We got to execute it, and then we got to make the plays to put us in a position to win the game. I think we had a bunch of those opportunities in the first half to score more points, and we didn't take advantage of it. And I think overall, you just look at everything. You look at a lot of those sloppy things that we did. Didn't get the job done. We had 2 turnovers. They had none. We had 2 turnovers. They had none. Flip those around. I don't know if that changes the result of the game, but it certainly could be different. It could be different. And the turnovers are kind of both big momentum killers for us during the course of the game.
Dan, can you give us an update on?
Two series. With Walsh, how did that change the game?
I don't think it changed much. I think they got some success running the little zone read with a counter zone read with a bunch of pullers coming around for the quarterback, and I don't think we did a great job adjusting to it fast enough, and gave up a couple big plays. And after we adjusted to it, I think we played it a little better. I've been in having 2 quarterbacks before, and you get into a game, you start. they were slow, and all of a sudden got a little spark, got a little juice, and you kind of just stick with the hot hand. And I don't think it really changed their game plan all that much in what they were doing. They just found some success on some things, and I don't think we adjusted fast enough to it.
You mentioned Oklahoma State's defense crowding the line of scrimmage.
Mhm.
What else did they do that maybe gave you guys challenges, and was it anything different than what you've seen on film?
Obviously they pressured more, and we kind of expected that coming in. That was all their talk. They had 2 new coordinators, so one of the hard things, I don't think they didn't change their scheme. They still ran a very similar offense and a very similar defense that they ran last year. One of the challenges, obviously, when you face new coordinators and guys that are calling games out there is you don't know how they're going to call it. The tendencies, you can throw every tendency out the window because you have a new guy calling all the plays. So that obviously I think was a challenge for us. And when you don't have that to prepare coming into a game, you don't have that kind of background on the guys that are calling plays. But they did. Their corners, they got some good players in the secondary, and I know that's their strength of the team. And our wideouts are young and and up and coming. I think those guys are going to be pretty good. They got this game under the belt, and excited about the things they can do in the future. And I think as they move forward now, all those some of our young receivers, they're going to understand the speed of the game. They now know what game day's like. This is the first time for a lot of them coming out there today.
Coach, the 2 failed conversions by Prescott, were they as bad as turnovers early on in the game because your defense is clicking, you're forcing 3 and outs?
Yeah, it was just little things. Obviously, 3rd down conversions, for us, that was going to be a huge part of the game for us. What were we on that day? 2 of 16. That's terrible. And I think they were momentum killers, especially early on for us. I think we did one of the things we want to do is control the tempo of the game, control the ball. We came out in the first half. We're really doing that. Then we miss, some short conversions and, then throw an interception on 3rd down. Those were things to me that really, really hurt us in that momentum in the first half because we were kind of executing the plan and how we wanted the game to play out right from the beginning. And really, I thought we did most of the game. Like I said, tempo I don't think ever became a major factor in the course of the game, and we were able to control the tempo of the game. We needed to execute better in those critical situations.
Perkins got, I think, 3 or 4 touches in the second half. What happened where he kind of fell out of the loop offensively?
We were rotating guys in there, and Josh Robinson was running the ball well. We fell behind, and I was okay because sometimes you get spooked. I start seeing a bunch of guys. We don't, when you see a bunch of guys start going down with some injuries right there, especially in that situation, we feel pretty good about our other running backs too. But he's a captain of the team. He's a leader of the team. That in that situation, let those young guys see what they can do.
You had some young guys get on the field, some freshmen like Ross and Wilson and Jones.
Mm-hmm.
How good do you see them get out there and to make some plays now?
It's great. Especially game 1 here. They're playing in a big game, and they were playing in real time. I think a lot of times, sometimes in early games, guys get in and it's not in the real time, and they were in there in the real time, and so I think that they're now, to me, they're somewhat veteran players. They have that experience on game day. They know what it's like to get on the airplane, to go through security. A lot of guys, the first time ever getting on an airplane for us this trip. Stay in a big hotel, take a bus, play in a big time pro stadium, play against the top 15 team. They have that experience now. We do as a team, and for a lot of guys, and not just those true freshmen, a lot of freshmen played for us today, so a lot of redshirt freshmen as well. They have that experience moving forward, and I think that's certainly going to help us.
What did they do in the second half that could you change their offense? They ran 31 plays alone in that 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they were running the ball. They did a good job running the ball, and just running the zone read play and mixing it up with a bunch of different formations. And and I think for us, that's where we didn't do a great job adjusting to all those formations and running plays. So that was that was a little bit of a new scheme for them that they showed. We had saw it. Their offense coordinator run it at was it California? He was at Ships. Yeah, I knew he was at one of the Pennsylvania University, some Division II's of those schools. That conference, or 1AA, it's a good conference. But watching the film on them, it was stuff that he had done there that brought out. So we had seen it, we had looked at it. I just think out of the different formations, we didn't do a good enough job adjusting to it fast enough.
Yeah, what formation last what you saw?
Well, they just kept using a lot more fullback. They were a big 4 wide team last year. Look at the success they had running the ball. It was all 2 and 3 back and a tight end. Some of it was I mean, 2 fullbacks and a tight end, and some stuff that they really, they've been spread hurry up before. They got into some, a little more power running sets, and but running option football out of it. And anytime you do that, option, with just even the zone read aspect of option football, all assignment based football, and I think we adjusted to it, just not soon enough.
Our players will be available outside of